The story revolves around a 12-year-old boy, Ard Meteor. He was studying a legendary book about the demon lord Varvatos, who saved the world from the evil gods, but afterward, he silently passed away. Backward 300 years, demon lord Varvatos has always been alone. He has attained overwhelming powers and divine beings to save humanity. He is referred to as a monster. With this, he has not been able to make friends or relate to people. He realizes this and desires to start a new life where he would be able to relate to and discuss with people of his species. After, he could reach the world of his dreams. Yet the world was not calm towards him. He has stayed for 12 years in that world but has yet to make any friends. He checked his record and found 0 friends. Although he is always afraid of strangers, he is always afraid to communicate with other people. Over the years, he studied the knowledge and magic of that world. During his time training, he asked his tutor, who happens to be his father's friend in that world, Wai-Sen, questions about making friends, but Wai-Sen revealed he is not fond of friends. Also, at the Atlas, Wai-Sen explained a little to him about things to consider when making new friends. He accepts the training and then tries to test it out the next day. He met with some boys and requested they play sports together, but he was disappointed and not worried. As he was wandering about, he saved a little girl from danger. The girl was attacked by a wolf, but within a twinkle of an eye, Meteor finished it off. He uses a Mega Flare, a mid-level attack magic, the power to pierce through hundreds of people. The girl became afraid, but at a moment she cheered and moved close to Meteor. She asked him for his name while also introducing herself as Irina. Irina thanked him and requested that Meteor become her first friend. That made Meteor shocked and out of words. But he later got on his phone and held Irina's hand. Since that moment, Meteor has found happiness. He started learning new things he could not learn from books, just like a dream to him. Moreover, Meteor has been teaching and guiding Irina in the aspect of using magic. She requested that Meteor teach him well so she could be strong like him. Meteor understood how the world had changed. He noticed that the books circulated in that world only taught lower-grade magic. The weaker are being taught lower-grade magic, while the nobles hold so much of the higher-rated magic. Irina asked if she was capable of doing the silent casting, and Meteor showed her his original magic to try it. To his surprise, Irina performed pretty well, but that was just 1/5 of the magic power. Irina felt happy for herself. She could not help but flatter around, saying she would be stronger than the demon lord. Actually, Meteor would still be if that's what she wanted. 3 years later, Meteor has turned 15. Wai-Sen came to visit the Ard family at their residence. This time, Wai-Sen came with his daughter, who happens to be Irina. Meteor was confused, but later everything seemed clear to him. Both parties had breakfast together on a dining set. Wai-Sen and Jack, Meteor's father, discuss with the kids their future. Meteor was the first to speak. In his mind, he planned to make 100 friends, and as for Irina, she wants to stock up with Meteor, even though her future is already being decided. Wai-Sen suggested to them that they should enroll in a magic academy. He wanted them to learn some more common sense, and the academy is also a place to make more friends. Amid the discussion, the parents revealed to the kids that they were the heroic barons and the great mages that sealed an evil god. They told the kids that they had nothing to worry about. But as for Meteor, he never likes to be treated special, which is another reason he left his other world. The kids sighted the academy from a hill. Meteor planned to make use of the teleportation magic to get them there, but Irina stopped him and encouraged him to take a stroll and view the city in and out. They got there and met with the headmaster, Count Gold, headmaster of Laval Magic Academy. An introduction was made, and they exchanged pleasantries. The headmaster addresses and introduces Meteor as a commoner, even though his parents are great magicians. On his first day at the academy, he is already being marked. As for Irina, she was being complimented for her beauty. One of the academy students approaches her, Clara. To be precise, he approaches Irina for marriage, just on their first day in the academy. Meteor remembers the name he was called in his previous life. He was called Corner Dude, but he experienced something that he had never experienced in his previous life. The girls are aiming for him just because he is the son of a great magician. Amid the introduction and welcome, an elf named Orado-kun approaches a lady known as Ginny-san to humiliate and embarrass her for her code of dressing. Actually, he bullies her. Meteor noticed that a lady, also a student in the academy, explained the issue to him since he already knew little of Orado-kun's background. Irina shouted furiously at him to stop bullying the lady. Orado-kun also expected nothing less than that. He wanted to trigger the newcomer's patience. Meteor interferes, and he asks Orado-kun to apologize to Ginny-san for what he just did. Orado-kun is a stiff-necked person. He never apologizes no matter what Meteor says. He even attacks Meteor to scare him. Orado-kun asked for a duel with Meteor, and he stated the condition that if Meteor wins against him, he can go ahead and apologize to Ginny. Meteor thinks about the reputation of Orado-kun. He is being called a prodigy or the son of God because he's already attained the status of a square magician even at a young age. Irina thinks Meteor will attack him straight with full force, but no, Meteor accepts the challenge and gently duels Orado-kun. The student chatters. In no moment a battlefield has been staged. They all think Meteor is dead. That is what they all discuss within themselves. Meteor is not distracted. First, he aims to check how strong Orado-kun is. He never made the first attempt at attack. After Orado-kun did what he could, Meteor figured out that Orado-kun used an elementary level magic lightning shot. He expected that he would use a bigger shot attack than that. The battle continues, and they both perform wonderfully well. Orado-kun tries to throw sweet words at him so that he can lose his guard. After Meteor has let his guard down, he attacks at a big will, saying that Meteor and Irina need to flee the scene, but yet it's a test shot. Meteor also figured out that Orado-kun is only acting tough to inflate his ego. He doesn't have what it takes. The magic level he is at does not account for the name he gave himself, Son of God. Orado-kun got annoyed. Meteor happens to be the first person to insult him that much. Due to his stubbornness, he doesn't agree. This time, Meteor has no option but to show him the true Giga Flare. Using regular wall magic can't defend a Giga Flare, but Orado-kun is using a regular wall, so he never escapes the attack. After he was defeated, Meteor still helped him recover quickly from the wounds he sustained from the attack. He had such a kind heart. Many immediately fall in love with him. They want to be around or next to him. After they settled their scores, Meteor asked Orado-kun to do as promised, which was to apologize to Ginny. Without hesitation, Orado-kun bowed his head before Ginny and asked for her forgiveness. They were all shocked to see that miracle. After the duel, Meteor feels unhappy because whenever Orado-kun sees him, he is filled with fear and awe, which is the main reason he is not able to make friends in his other world. He knew if Orado-kun really seemed feared and in awe, then they couldn't be friends anymore. While he was thinking about that, a lady approached him to praise him for his moves, but he didn't notice her coming. The lady knew she did double casting. Meanwhile, double casting is a lost skill, so how did he do that? The lady questioned him. A new instructor came in charge of the Magic Academy. She is named Jessica, and she's the talented young mistress of the Duke family. She started tutoring the students with the magic books provided for her. Meteor never expected her to be an instructor. He had encountered her before, but not for quite a while. The number of magic particles in the air has thinned over the years, and that has caused the continuous reduction of magic particles. Magic has weakened with each passing year, but for Meteor, the reverse is the case. He made sure to rebuild his magic capabilities, but there is still no way anyone could realize he was the former Demon Lord. The instructor is still teaching. She explained how potions have been very effective as a replacement for healing magic. The example she gave was the war against the revived demons and the evil gods. In this war, many people lost things precious to them due to a lack of people capable of using healing magic. After some more examples, Jessica ends the class with her teaching for that day. The next training on their list is alchemy training. They are required to take some materials and a magic device that will score the potency of the potions they create. Irina challenged Meteor to get a higher score than him. Meteor had to accept the challenge but allow her to take the lead. Irina is always pissed off seeing herself as a loser. Now Meteor wants to see her reaction and smile if she wins. However, the concept of what they are to do is not available in his old world. He has to learn it from a book in the library at home. While at that, Meteor notices the changes that have happened in the magic world over the past few years. In his old world, unique magic circles were only used for extremely special situations. After the practical, his result is just regular, like that of others, a clean green result. Irina's result is different. She has a clear red result. She was filled with joy about her victory and promised to give Meteor extra lessons on the practical later in the day. Irina was the first person to be marked by the instructor, and she passed with flying marks. Her score was outstanding at 12,000. She needed to be praised. You can tell the excitement on her face. Next is Meteor. The instructor revealed that she has high expectations for him, but he won't give him the mark he wants. To Jessica's surprise, the result is an average, normal, regular potion, but it's a sage drop. All the students were surprised to hear that. They all know that the sage drop is a legendary potion that can turn regular people into superhumans and revive the dead. The sage drop is also the thing that only pops up in fairy tales. Meteor was shocked to see their reaction. He mentioned to them where he got the book he followed and the name. The book is titled Arthurian-Style Alchemy. It is a treasured book written by the legendary alchemist. The instructor figured out that the mana required to make one of those potions is tens of thousands of times more than a regular one. Jessica compliments him as an extraordinary student. The students were all taken to the Alchemy Underground Dungeon theme as the last lesson of the day. The instructor for that particular lesson begins to address them, but Meteor thinks over what happened and how his foolishness turns to glory for him. The task for them in that dungeon is to go to the third layer and hunt black wolves. They are to carve the skin of the wolves and bring them to the instructor, who will be the one to score them based on the quality of their hunt. They are being instructed to go to 3 parties. Now that the meteor dream has come true, all students want to be on his team. Irina chose their party. She picked Ginny to join their group. Meteor was happy about that choice. She loved Irina's kind heart and her love for others, but only if he had met her in his previous life. The 3, Ard, Irina, and Ginny, got to the monster's nest, a place that continuously produces monsters until they reach a fixed cap. Ard understands that the dungeon is the ideal place for them to clear their assignment. Ginny was so surprised at what he was currently seeing that Irina told her that Ard had been hunting for black wolves since he was 12, relating to the time she first met with Ard. After Ard defeated a black wolf, a system popped up, telling him that he had defeated a black wolf. He was surprised, though. After that, Ginny started with her pitiful words, trying to lower herself. Ard realizes that it might be due to the consistent bullying of Orado-kun. But with Irina's sweet words to her, she could get back again. The same situation persists. Ginny has lost a lot of her self-esteem during all those hard times of hers. Ard completes his understanding. Then he questions her if she wants to learn magic. She is dumbfounded. All Ard knows and cares about is that if she can get her self-confidence back, and this will be done by having her experience success, all it takes is for her to get stronger. Another thing is that she is a succubus, and a succubus should be proficient in using magic. Her trial once made her lose control. She was almost on the ground. It seems like her self-esteem is taking a long time to use her magic. Ginny states that she can't become stronger, but Ard promises to make her stronger. She was confused and concerned to know why Ard cared about him. Ard starts again by teaching Ginny his signature spells. He wants to keep it a secret, but as he spits it out, he wants to keep her confidential. As he was explaining the process of the signature spell, a black wolf appeared to attack them. Eventually, he had to practicalize it with the black wolves, and further explanations led him to name the spell script magic because he invented it himself. After saying that, Ginny kind of wanted to figure out his identity, but she couldn't. She was close to knowing. Both Irina and Grinny were surprised because only a demon lord creates spells themselves. He explained further about the magic spell. The script spell uses the magic particles in the air to construct the pseudo-magic circle, which simply means anyone can use script magic without worrying about their manner. After the explanation, Ginny tried it out, and she was about to get it comfortably. With that, she can activate weak spells, mostly used for feints or picking off weaklings. Irina took the pelt of the black wolf they killed, but it's a waste, the reason being that the quality is 50. Irina was not happy because those words were not encouraging. At that instance, Ard showed the both of them a lifelong hack they were not aware of to get a higher quality pelt, though he asked them to keep it a secret. The hack is to skin the pelt while it is hot, so heat the pelt and raise the quality to 300. The girls were so honored to have him with them. Ard himself was happy because he knew if the other student found out about it, then his reputation would increase more, but something mysterious happened. Ginny and Irina then threw away the high-rated pelt. Ard's team fell into a dungeon hole. Ard realized the hole to be the floor master's room. The other girls were confused, trying to figure out what Ard meant by the floor master's room. A giant rumbled in and scared them. Practically, the girls were the ones scared, while Ard saved them from the giant. 1 foot of the giant's move could kill a person. The giant master picked up a small black wolf and ate it, which was quite scary to the ladies. Ginny recognizes the being as a minotaur. His look is more similar to that of a cow. Ard thinks within himself that the minotaur will be good enough to finish hunting, even though the minotaur is much different from the one he is aware of. With the minotaur, he started another round of lecturing to the ladies. The minotaur attacked Ard with a swing of his heavy wooden weapon, but surprisingly, Ard stopped the swing with just a finger and even made jest of the minotaur. In his first lesson about script magic to the ladies, his explanation was about using script magic in close quarters combat. Ard mentions that script magic is not ideal in a situation like that. The reason is simple. It's because the opening will be much easier while one is projecting the magic circle. To avoid being attacked by the enemy while projecting the magic circle, you need to put some distance between you and the enemy. After his first lesson, Irina was happy to show her trust in Ard. Ard moves on to the next lesson on script magic while he is still fighting the minotaur. He stated that script magic is very effective when used against exposed enemies that are far away from where one is standing. Ard's next move on the minotaur is a result of the script magic flare bomb. He makes sure that he is far away from the minotaur before he strikes with the flare bomb. He stated the major advantage of script magic is the quick casting. It can also be cast rapidly with no delay, unlike other regular magic. With script magic, the user can also dominate their enemies one-sidedly. The minotaur fell to the ground, yelling in pain. Ard asked Ginny if he should finish the minotaur off, and she nodded. Ard encourages her to be the one to finish off the minotaur. To make her change and get her self-esteem back, she needs to do it. In fear, she stood up and walked in Ard's direction. She remembered her childhood memories. And then she always thought of a noble person like the demon lord who should come and save her whenever she passed through a hard moment like that. She waited for years, but nothing changed. Now that she has the idea that she needs to be the actress in her world, she promises herself to never run away from challenges anymore. That moment marks a day of change in Ginny's life due to Ard and Irina's words of encouragement. She makes use of the script magic to finish off the Minotaur, and Ard and Irina praise her even though she still wonders about her new page of life. After the scene, all students of the academy report back to the instructor for scores and pelt rendering. Everyone praises Ard's team, expecting an outstanding score just like he has always been getting. However, they never took the Minotaur pelt. The instructor was surprised with the score of the pelt Ard's team delivered. The quality tends to be 300. Ginny turns all the glory to Ard with a smile and joy, being the first time she's filled with joy. The girls uncover the truth by revealing that Ard made use of a special trick to carve the pelt. The instructor was impressed. She has been hearing rumors about Ard, but being the first time she is meeting in person with him, she realizes that Ard is more than what the rumors say. Ard was also surprised to meet with the instructions. Basically, she was not meant to be there. She is one of the famed apostles and also a special instructor in the academy. She is named Olivia Wheelvine. She happens to be Ard's former right-hand subordinate, one of the 4 heavenly kings, and the former commander of the army Ard once led. Back in those days, there were 4 heavenly kings subordinates of Ard that each specialized in a different field. Olivia happens to be one of his subordinates, his most trusted one at that. They are like real brothers and sisters, but the relationship only lasted until Ard became the demon lord, which attracted more respect and dignity. After a few moments of his entitlement, all his subordinates became fearful of him and looked at him differently, though he never expected it. It turns out that if he calls Olivia, she fearfully answers him, turning her face to the ground. Because of that, he becomes isolated and lonely. Ard felt betrayed. The experience of walking and doing things alone looked harsh on him, though it did not mean that he should abandon his post as the demon lord. Now, he realizes they must resent him for not making them aware before he got reincarnated. Ard hoped he would not meet with her, but it's now a dream to him. Recently, Olivia heard the news of an interesting student, Ard, so she decided to meet with the student and check him out. Olivia commends him and also tags him as extraordinary. She moves on by saying she has felt Ard mana before, which is shocking. It seems like she's begun to notice. Olivia requests the true identity of Ard. To figure out the truth, she places him on punishment. He is to be beaten half to death, in addition to social isolation, since he's been missing for millenniums, abandoning his post. Ard became afraid. He never expected anyone to find out. Not even Olivia, because all this while he has been living his life like a common villager. He spoke up, saying that he was the son of the great magicians. Olivia pardoned him for a while, but she stated it clearly. At the Magic Academy commoners' dorm, Ard thinks over the earlier issue with Olivia. He knew from her smiles that Olivia already knew about his true identity, Varvatos. Irina came to visit him that hour. Irina explains that the separation isn't good at all. She reveals that she already complained to the dorm manager, and that is why she was there to visit him. Irina explains further that she feels so lonely to sleep alone that she requests from Ard that they sleep together. That night, Ard tried to control himself from the temptation of the lady. He never wanted to look at her sexually. Ard was up all that night to think about his identity. He thought about it. If people find out that he is the demon lord Varvatos, he will be lonely just like then, walking around without friends. Then he promises to live his life normally. On the other side, Olivia is thinking about how to tear off Ard's disguise. Ard and his team begin to trail the gang to their destination, where they discover an underground opening where the gang and other members of it carry out their plans and evil deeds. It's the sewer. Ard knew the place was the perfect place for them to carry out such an act of evil. They scoot at a corner looking at what they are doing. They never knew it was a trap set on them. The leader commends them for taking the bait nicely. He carefully warns them not to try to save themselves, saying he owns their lives from that hour on. He threatens to activate a magic circle that could make them suffer a slow and painful death by the flames of hell. The other 2 girls react fearfully to the threat of the man. But as for Ard, he makes himself comfortable, causing a lot of confusion for the leader of the gang. Ard made the man understand that he was not capable of the threat he was giving. He also backed up his speech with 2 reasons why the man wouldn't dare to make such a threat. His first reason is that the man won't ambush them while they have their guard down. Further, it means there is no intention of hurting them. He figured out this with his knowledge of reasoning. If they would hurt them, then they should have attacked them earlier. With all evidence of his, he proves to them all that their plan is to capture them alive and not to place any hurt on them. Ard was about to proceed to his next reason when the man got angry and later activated the magic circle to attack Ard. He was successful in doing that. The man also started his talk by saying that Ard is not a main target. Though he is half correct with what he said, but he is never a target. That made the man think he could hurt him, but to their surprise, Ard is still well standing even after the attack. The man was shocked. Normally, the flames should have dropped him dead, but they did not. Ard said the reason is because he is still alive. The man was shocked and furious after realizing that he could still speak. Ard gives the leader of the gang another reason, which is that his magic does not and cannot work on him, so Ard has no reason to be afraid or unsettled. Ard understands that the spell cast is a continuous spell. The flames won't stop burning the target until the circle itself is destroyed. Knowing this, Ard could not help but destroy the magic circle with his own crafted magic, script magic. Once again, the leader and its members were in confusion. They needed to know how he survived. He explains that what he needed to do was continually heal himself with his healing ability. But another surprising aspect to the opponent is that he never chanted a healing spell to heal himself. Another thing the man realizes is that Ard was able to cast spells even with his innards burned. Normally, he suffers inner pain in that case, which renders him powerless to cast any spells or magic, but in reverse, Ard compares that level of pain to nothing compared to the ones he has from his ages past. The leader addresses his members not to falter. He numbered them as 3, saying the kids won't be able to win against their number of men. According to the superior number theory, a group of weak mages would have the advantage against a single stronger mage. For instance, a stronger mage at level 100 won't be able to keep up with a group of regular weak mages at level 30. To that man, that's the theory he had, but unknowingly to him, it doesn't apply to Ard. To his knowledge, he already knew that the gang wouldn't let them go easily, so he immediately thought of wrapping things up with them as soon as he remembered that he had a date to catch up with. With just a snap of his finger, he destroys the whole gang. The theory does not apply to a Demon Lord class. Ard intentionally counts out the leader of the gang from his attack. He needs to find out the reason they became targets and who sent them, but the man's arrogance overrides him. Ard could not help but make use of the magic called mind control for the man to spill out everything on their ambush. Using the magic, a dark aura ensued. Irina was the first to be shocked to see the man transform into something huge and scary. It turns out to be a demon. Irina questioned the other dead ones to know if they were demons too, but no, they were just being mind and controlled. Ard accepts the challenge. He says the demon transformation does not change what he has to do. The demon starts with his capabilities by using a magic known as burst lighting. He uses the skill to break the walls for his escape. Ard has no choice but to chase after him, so he persuades the girls to stay behind. The girls were confused. They wanted to know how he would meet up with someone who flies in the sky. He never bothered himself. He activated a Skywalker mode to get that done. Irina then said, according to the way she is being taught, humans can't fly. But as for Ard, he is exceptional to that rule. And, while chasing the demon, realizes he is fast, and he does not want to lose him. He uses flare magic to reach him with flames, burning heavily at a higher rate. The demon was exposed to the world, and people started running, knowing the danger and chaos they could cause. Ard fights him continuously and tries to save the people from getting hurt. Ard became sad at some point. He knew the panic would certainly spread everywhere in society and cause chaos. He never wanted to live the life of a hero. He desired the life of a common villager, but he had no choice but to take up the task. He addresses the people and introduces himself. The people were concerned about how someone like Ard could fight and defend them from a demon. Ard promises the people to bestow proper judgment on the demon that dares to threaten their country's well-being. Ard cringes after addressing the people, but he has to finish what he started. The demon laughs out and expresses that he has hostages in his possession. Ard becomes confused and requests that the demon convince him about these hostages of his. The demon using a simple illusion spell seems naughty because the spell does not work on mentally apt people. He concluded that the demons of that age had also fallen off from their days of power. The demon knew something was up, and he also requested the true identity of Ard. For Ard to finish the demon up, he uses a flash of Babel fire. The people were all shocked. Ard did not kill him. He needed the demon to talk later. Most of the people testify that they have seen such great moves before. They recollect that it's the great magician's finishing spell. Really, Ard is the son of the great magician, and the people embrace and praise him. After the praise, Ard followed the traces of the demon's magic power to find him. But he had already committed suicide by the time Ard got there. He had a spell to even destroy his soul, just like the people he took control of in the sewers. Ard thinks repeatedly why they are a target. The fact that they wanted to capture them alive bothered him a great deal. Is it a grudge against his parents or what? He could not figure it out. He walks towards the office of their instructor. Presently, Olivia is there. He knocks on the door and is permitted to enter.